What's up, YouTube? This is LowsidePNW. Today I'm going to bring you along on a ride over to Sisters from Salem, Oregon. About a 2.5-hour ride. We're going to head out Oregon Route 22, out to the Santiam Pass, jump on Highway 20, up through the Cascade Mountains into the Deschutes. I'm going to ride along Detroit Lake, which should be a beautiful ride here in September. There we go. I'm headed over to see a good friend of mine that I haven't seen in a while, who's hosting a Labor Day barbecue. So, hey, didn't need much of an excuse to ride over to Sisters anyway, but that's as good as one as anybody's gonna get. Sisters is a pretty small town. There's about 2,000 people that live there. It's a real Western town. Good barbecue, a lot of cool Western stores. No real agenda for today's ride, just wanted to bring you along and let you ride with me on this epic ride over to Sisters. It'll be fun, that's for sure. I just got back from the dealership too, where I had my first 600-mile break-in service completed. Everything went great there. They were able to activate the Bluetooth, so I'm actually riding with Bluetooth capability today on the bike, which is great. So I've got the address plugged in to where I'm headed, and it gives me turn-by-turn directions here on the screen. And I think for now, I'm probably just going to turn the cameras off until I get out of the city here. When we get towards Detroit Lake and into some twisties and some more scenic roads, I'll turn everything back on, and I'll see you then. Okay, so we're about 20 miles outside of Salem now. I'm coming up on Mill City here on Highway 22. Let's see, what's our sign say here? Mill City 8 miles, Detroit 28 miles. I've got kind of a makeshift pack on the bike today. I did bring a tent and some sleeping gear and a backpack, as you can see. I still don't have the Triumph pannier racks because they're on back order from GB, which means no Triumph luggage. I've looked at the SW Motec gear, which is available now and easy to get, but I'm kind of holding out for the Triumph stuff. I like the fact that all those cases can be keyed to the same key as your ignition, and just having one key is pretty attractive to me. I do like the SW Motec stuff though, don't get me wrong, it looks really nice. In fact, maybe even a little nicer than the Triumph stuff, but I've set my little heart on the Triumph stuff, so that's what I'm gonna get. Today I'm working on observing a positive rider mentality. What that is to me is that I feel well rested. I felt like going on this trip was a good idea. I'm in a good mood, and I'm just riding as safe as I possibly can. I'm not in any hurry to get to where I'm going. There's a lot of traffic out. It is Labor Day weekend, but I'm not gonna let anything get me riled up. I understand that we're all humans on the road here. We're all fallible and we all make mistakes. And if somebody cuts me off, you know, it's not the end of the world. I think it's an important mentality to have when riding. You see so many riders on YouTube that are out for their adrenaline rush, smacking side mirrors, flipping people off. It's not good for the sport. It's certainly not good for anybody on a bike. And it really can cause a negative reaction and really paint us all in a bad light. I'm just out here enjoying the ride. It's also extremely windy, so I apologize if there's a lot of wind noise or if I'm distorted or if it sounds like I'm talking really loud. I probably am talking loud. In fact, I'm probably shouting at myself in this helmet right now. So like I mentioned earlier, on Friday, I took the bike to the dealership that I bought it at for its first service, where they change the oil and go through the entire break-in checklist, check all the torque specs, make sure everything's bolted down good, lube and service the chain. And they fixed one of the two issues I was having that I mentioned in a previous video. The Bluetooth was never activated before, so it is now, which so far is great. I've been resisting the temptation to buy a RAM mount for my phone to put on the handlebars here. So far, I mean, just everything I really need is on the display here. It will let me view text messages. You have to be stopped to do that, obviously, to be safe. You can take and make phone calls as well from on here, so that's pretty cool. It links up with my phone book so I can scroll through names and activate a call. I can see who's calling me too. Up until now, I've just always had my phone in my pocket, so it is linked to my Cardo Pack Talk headset in my helmet here, but I don't always know who's calling. I can hear it ringing, but now I can see who's calling. Really, what's the point of having this 7-inch display here if I'm just gonna also mount a phone right here? I don't know. I say that, but then, you know, I may I may in the future still get a phone mount, we'll see. But for now, I'm really trying to go without. It just seems like, I like how, there's already so much information here. I like how simple it is to just have one display, less distractions, and I don't really need the phone out. I can change music, change volume, all that from the this display with these controls also. Speaking of controls, this has been the first time I've really had a chance to use the cruise control in any lengthy capacity. I've used it here and there, but when you leave Salem and you're headed east on Highway 22, it's a long, straight stretch. I mean, it's a nice road. And it was a great spot to turn the cruise control on. I'll say it's a little unsettling if you've never used cruise control on a motorcycle before. I've never had it until this bike. My previous bike, Bonneville, was not equipped with cruise control. It's really nice, first of all, because anybody who's ridden long distances, you know that your hand gets tired, and they make, you know, rests and things that act like a cruise control that you can put over the throttle. I've never really messed around with any little gizmos like that, but my hand kind of cramps up after a while, and then also just from kind of flexing and always holding pressure on the throttle, my hand tends to go a little numb sometimes. With just a slight little vibration of the handlebars, it falls asleep. So the cruise control is really nice. It allows me to relax my hand. I still leave it right where it is, and I cover the front brake so I'm ready for anything. 17 miles to Detroit. In my first video on YouTube, I talked about a 900 and it being somebody's first bike and whether it was too big or not. I felt like kind of circling back on that topic and talking about it again. I think it's important to note when you're thinking about a 900cc street bike versus a 900 Tiger, they're just totally different animals. No pun intended with the Tiger there. The way this thing is geared, it's low end torque, it's grunty. I'm shifting through gears pretty quickly when I'm accelerating, so by the time I'm up to 40 or 50 miles an hour, I'm already in third or maybe even fourth gear. I'm also 6 foot and over 200 pounds, so 93 horsepower, and the way this thing is geared, it feels about right for me. That being said, I've not really spent a lot of time on, say, like a KLR 650 or the Honda CB500X rather, which by all appearances looks like an awesome motorcycle, by the way. I would love to ride a Honda CB500X just to compare it to the Tiger 900. But my point is, I didn't want anyone to think that I was sitting here saying that a nearly 1000cc bike is like just totally normal for a new rider to get. It's not. If you're looking at a street bike, those bikes are so fast, and the way that they're geared, they're just completely different. This thing isn't going to shoot out from underneath me when I give it too much throttle. It just isn't geared that way. So that was my point when I was saying, is a 900 too big for a beginner rider? And I said, maybe not. Hey, how's it going? That's my point. This particular 900 might not be too big for a beginner. Ride other bikes too. You got to try other bikes before you know. If you're a beginner rider and this is your first bike, 500 pounds is a lot. It's heavy. It's manageable for me. And that's what's important. Is it manageable for you as a rider? I dropped my Bonneville a couple of times doing just nothing at all. Just stupid, low speed, 5 mile an hour situations where I turned my head too far one way and it was just enough to throw my balance off. Both times it happened, it was at the end of the day. I was tired, I've been riding all day. Hey, how you doing? And that's when you're susceptible to making stupid mistakes. Sidebar, that's why it's important, getting back to the rider mentality and behavior, is not to ride when you're tired. It's really important not to push yourself, and I really believe this, that if you're tired and feeling taxed, pull over, take a break. They said that to me in my Team Oregon class too, and I was of course thinking, yeah, right, you know, I won't ever get tired, I'll be fine, I'm a better rider than the average rider. Yeah, you know, it's thinking like that that's gonna get you in trouble. Every rider out there thinks they're a better rider than average. Hey. That being said, most motorcyclists in comparison to car drivers are much more willing to focus on education, taking advanced classes. You don't see a lot of car drivers, myself included, that go and take driving courses to get better at driving. You just don't do it. Motorcyclists do. Anyway, I don't mean to sound like I'm coming from a place of authority here. This is just my opinion and the mentality that I'm trying to harness as a fairly new rider. So this is Detroit Lake, which is a reservoir. Let's see, it's I got some stand-up paddle boarders there. Cool, man. From here on out on this ride, it's going to start to get really twisty, windy. It's the good part. Man, this is fun. You know, the thing I love about moto vlogs, why I watch them, why I decided to start making my own, is there's something about watching people out on a ride, especially if you don't have a bike yourself, or if you're thinking about getting one, or if it's just a day where you can't get out and ride. I always really enjoy watching somebody else go for a ride. It's therapeutic. So I hope maybe there's some of you out there that are enjoying this too. All right, here we go, Party Central. Man, I want to be on one of those boats right now. So that's Detroit. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And you just can't take it personal. You know, everybody's out here sharing the road. I also am doing 60 in a 45, so, you know, maybe that one's on me. All right, what do we got here? 3 miles to Edina, 78 miles to Bend. Bend is just outside of Sisters if you're not from Oregon. I think I'll conserve a little battery life here, rejoin the ride here when we get into the mountain pass. What do you say? There's our merge, leaving 22 and joining the San Am Highway, Highway 20. Extreme fire danger, use caution. I will say that the pack that's strapped to the back of the bike and the backpack has changed my riding position just enough that my rear end is going numb. All the stamina my rear end is built up from the way I usually ride it's like I'm on a different part of my cheek right now. Motorcycle problems. You know, another thing that only motorcycles can relate to is that experience when you see a bug coming for like a full 2 or 3 seconds before it suicide bombs onto the front of your visor. You see it about to happen, and like your body's response is you feel like you're gonna get hit in the face, so you still kind of flinch a little, but no matter how many times it happens, you still go, oh, that's gonna hurt, and then you even get a little phantom pain sometimes. Guess I could do a little music, no?
Under my switchblade.
just coming into Sisters. There's the sign, entering Sisters. Entering a speed zone here. I should put it. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to pull over my butt. You stand up for a second. I can actually enjoy riding through town. Oh. So I'll give you a look at my makeshift pack here. That's the good old Osprey hiking bag that I use. I hiked up South Sister with this pack, camped out for 3 nights, and was able to get everything I needed in that bag, believe it or not. It's kind of compressed down right now, but it does expand out bigger, and it's got an internal frame. This is just the regular old REI dome tent. You know, fairly inexpensive model. I think they're about $200 or $300. It's a really great tent. No complaints there. Yeah, so it's just bungeed on there, and then of course I'm wearing the backpack, which has all my camera gear stuff in it and a change of clothes. I'm just enjoying my rear end not being on this seat for a minute. I'll check back with you in a little bit. Back on the trail. Okay.
In 60 yards, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto US 20 US 20.
Wow, thank you. That was very abrupt.
In 8.5 miles, continue on to US 20 US 20.
I don't think I want that on anymore. There's the Snowcap Drive-In. Really great burgers and milkshakes. There's always a line to that place. It's super good. Yep, that's cool. 8 miles to go. I'm excited to see my buddy Todd. He's a very experienced off-road rider, and I think he's gonna take me for a little rip around his property there. Get a little dirty. So that should be fun. We'll see how the bike does, especially with these tires.
I think the seat height on my WR is probably higher than your Tiger.
It might be.
It is really tall.
Yeah, because that dips down pretty low.
Yeah, how do you back that thing up?
I'll just jump on it and do it.
One toe at a time?
Yeah, pretty much. I can actually flat foot this.
My yard, my rule.
I was gonna say,
Probably don't do this on your Tiger.
you know what? I actually may have to jump off and back this up. Let me see if I can get it turned.
Awesome.
I haven't dropped it yet, so maybe I can do it in your driveway here today.
You never know.
Okay. Where'd you go, to the right? Oh yeah, there you are.
Yeah. We'll just take you on a quick loop around the property.
Yeah, right on. So, sounds great.
And this is my corner right here. Sorry, I told you it was all.
Oh no, I don't mind. I'm good with gravel. I haven't done like any single track or real mud yet, but
no, I won't submit you to that.
I got just kind of these street tires on. They're like,
yeah, I saw that.
90-10 tires.
Yeah, exactly. Soft right there.
Yeah, sure is.
So this whole division is called Sun Mountain Ranches.
Oh, killed it.
Did you kill it?
Yeah. Hang on.
Little soft there. Sorry, I was talking. You
oh,
weren't
no.
paying attention.
I'm good. This isn't my first time riding, I swear.
If you fall off, you're going to just have to dust yourself off and get back on.
That's okay. I'm up for it. I actually just put these upper engine bars on the bike just a few days ago. Yeah,
they really look cool. And you can just barely see there's a little cinder butte. You see the one up here on the ridge line there. See that butte right there?
Yeah, oh yeah, I see it.
You and I could ride right there on dirt about 15 miles and just ride way up into the mountains, and you can't see that right on the other side, about twice the distance of that little butte, are the Three Sisters.
Oh man.
So you can literally just ride from my doorstep right up there into the mountains.
Well, gonna have to do that one of these days.
Yeah, someday when you're back. All right, we're going straight across.
Okay. Your bike's louder than mine.
Mine's got an FMF pipe on it.
Yeah. Mine's got the sewing machine pipe on it.
Yours will eat me up in a straight line.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man, I was like at about a quarter throttle there.
Yeah, I know. We'll just make a quick ride up here and see if we can actually see the mountains.
Okay, cool.
Right up here beside me, so you don't have to eat dust. I'll stay in the middle. You stay on the right.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, this is the kind of riding I like. Just getting back here into the dirt, and rocks, and sagebrush and shit.
Yeah.
We've got so much of this to do out here. Just miles and miles and miles.
This is what I like. I want to do some longer rides like this and go camping and.
Absolutely, yeah. I can from my house hitting this road here, taking off to the Cascades. I can actually get all the way to Sweet Home on dirt.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, part of it's old St. Am wagon road, part of it's logging roads, part of it's cross district snowmobile trails. But yeah, we could ride roads like this and even narrower roads for 70, 80 miles to get to Sweet Home. Yeah, I do miss the just brute horsepower of my 650. but the problem is that, I ride aggressively enough that I was getting to the age where that horsepower was getting me in trouble.
Yeah.
I wanted to show all those KTMs what horsepower was, and I'd blow them off in a straight line.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there'd be a corner coming, and I was way too hot.
Yeah. I don't know if it's how much of it's these tires and how much of it's just a gravel road, but yeah, it's real slippery for me right now. I mean, yeah. I'm sticking to it pretty good, but
part of this is just the it's real hard pan. You can see that under just a thin layer of gravel there. I mean, it's almost like concrete under there.
Yeah.
So it is pretty slickery.
Oh yeah, right now the traction control won't let me spin out on that. Oh no, I got a little bit there.
Okay. Does it have ABS braking as well?
Yeah, it shuts that off when you go into off-road mode.
That's cool.
Oh, these washouts are just killing my traction control. Like the bike's freaking out right now.
Is it really?
Well, it's just cutting the power. I can't.
Yeah. That's funny. I'd love to have something like that in my garage. The problem is between the Goldwing, the Ducati, two WR250Rs.
I didn't see the Ducati.
Yeah, it's sitting in there. Yeah.
What is it?
It's a 900 SS.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a hoot to ride, but it's a little bit uncomfortable. I would have loved to have it on Tail of the Dragon.
Oh, I'm sure.
So we're coming up to the old Tupelo Dam project. This is a 1915 irrigation project that was supposed to provide irrigation water to all that area where I live. And they built this big frickin' dam. This whole thing was all slated to be a big reservoir, and they tried to fill it up with water, and the volcanic nature of the geology, all of the water leaked out of it, and they couldn't get it to seal up.
Oh my God.
So after doing all the work, it never ever happened.
Wow, what a view though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wish it weren't so smoky. I wish you could really see the landscape. But sometime this fall, when things settle down, we'll have to take a rip out here.
Yeah.
I thought we might be able to see the Cascades, but we really can't. It's just too damn smoky.
Yeah.
The ridge that you can just barely see in the distance is Tam MacArthur Rim, but we can't see north, south, middle sister at all.
And what does this road get used for now? Is it a lot of ATV riders out here? Or?
A lot of ATV riders, but this is actually the back road coming into Tumalo. So if we were to turn at Tumalo Tavern and head uphill, it would come out right here.
I gotcha.
And they just sort of connect to one another. Yeah. It actually used to be way more off-roady than it is now, and they've sort of shut it down and restricted it to just certain portions.
going to stop here for just a second, see if I can put it in off-road mode.
Okay.
Now it's giving me a whole bunch of warnings saying that I'm in.
Got to sign your life away.
Oh yeah, now I can spin the rear tire.
Awesome. So as we go up, these roads just get progressively narrower and rockier and, you know, more technical.
Okay.
But we won't go too far. I don't want you to have to wash your bike tonight. Does it feel better with the traction control off?
Yeah, that it's not killing the power when I hit these washouts like this. I can actually keep the throttle down.
I didn't realize it until I started riding out here again. There are miles of single track out here as well. And I haven't explored much of it. I've done about 10 miles of what looks like 50 or more miles of just bitching single track.
Really?
Oh, here's some loose gravel for you.
Oh boy.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Didn't give you much of a warning there, did I? No more.
I actually put a foot down.
No, a little dab. The key to those is just to not be decelerating through them.
Yeah.
Just roll on the power a little bit and know that it's going to feel loose.
Yeah.
But just kind of and not to look down, look ahead.
Look ahead, so skate just kind of float through it.
Yeah, just ride through it. I'll take the bad stuff on this side.
Thank you.
We took a buddy with a Suzuki V-Strom up here, and he had pretty much slicks on his bike. And it was in the middle of the night. We were coming up to watch the Perseid meteor shower.
Oh, I tried to watch that. I never did get a peek at it, but
yeah. Oh shit. God, that fucking juniper thing about knocked me off. Holy shit.
You all right?
Oh yeah, but I'm surprised that didn't garrote me. I didn't even see it. A big limb right in the shoulder.
It tore your shirt.
Oh, did it?
It looks like it.
Oh yeah, I see the little tag hanging off. Holy shit. Yeah, fucking thing got my shoulder.
You bleeding?
No, I don't think so, but I'll tell you when we get back home. Made me wish I was wearing my jacket, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, that's what you get for being so nice to me, trying to give me so much room.
I thought we were just going to ride the pavement around the house. I didn't really plan this, but...
I like this, too. This is fun for me. I enjoy it.
Well, and the scenery that you see, you know, when you get off the slab is just so much prettier. Yeah, that thing's surprisingly long-legged for what it is.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got good suspension.
It does. This has got the Showa upgraded suspension and, of course, the 21-inch front wheel. So it's built for, it's way more capable than I am. That's for sure.
On the left here is one of the earliest sisters' homesteads, 1860, 1862.
Wow.
Yeah. And as we go around this next corner, there'll be another one, an old schoolhouse actually on the left-hand side from that same period of time. That's as early as our history gets out here.
Kind of a rough travel out here in 1862 from the East Coast, Midwest.
Driving your oxen out here. No thanks. So this road actually, we could actually do that. You want to take a little bit of dirt home?
Sure.
Okay, let's turn around up here at the top of the hill. I think this will be okay. There's some sort of soft sandy areas, but we'll just go slow. Haven't been able to put a plate on this bike because DMV is shut down.
Oh. Well, I guess they're giving out quite a bit of leeway on that right now.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm banking on, is just the fact that I don't, you know, you can't get into DMV, so nobody's given me any grief for it.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah. Somebody, don't even remember who it was now, had to get an appointment to go into DMV to get, here's a bump, to get something done, and the first appointment they could get was in October. You know, the offices are open by appointment only.
Yeah.
But they're booked out through October at this point.
Just about dumped it right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That loose shit gets me in these tires, man.
Yeah, I can believe it. If you have to, just dab your way through with your feet off the pegs. Big rocks coming up on your side.
I'm right behind you.
Oh, okay. Well, big rocks on my side too. This is the last of the soft stuff here. If you make it through this to the Red Cinder, it's all pretty easy. Yeah, you know, keep the 90-10s, and if you know you're gonna do 1,000 miles of slab for some trip, put the 90-10s on it. You still up?
Yeah. Oh boy.
That was pretty loose. About a quarter mile, we're going to take a right into my driveway.
Okay.
This is me right here. Wherever you want to park.
Okay.
Oh. That was flipping awesome.
That was great. All right, group ride. Harleys are loud. Cool though. Oh, you go ahead. I'll stay in the back. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Had a great night camping out in Sisters, even if it was just out in the yard. You know, the nice thing about Sisters is there's so little light pollution in that area that the stargazing was pretty cool. You could see a really beautiful sky. Oh, the good old rear tire sensor. And there you are. Come to spoil every ride. 77 degrees. It's 10:30 in the morning. So far so good on the traffic. I mean, it can be a parking lot out here after a holiday weekend. People trying to get out of Central Oregon back over to the coast or Salem or back to I-5. Okay, we appear to be slowing way down. Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh yeah, there's our line of cars. you go. I said goodbye to the group and I've just hopped onto Highway 22 here. I'm gonna take her on home the rest of the way. It was a quick trip, but you know, it was fun to get out, pack the bike up, get the tent out even for one night, even in Todd's yard. That's still fun. Doing that little bit of dirt road and fire service road yesterday was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about this bike. For starters, these tires are not gonna cut it. These are really street-oriented tires. They're the Bridgestone Battle Axe A41 90-10 tires. So I'm gonna need to upgrade the tires to something that's a little more aggressive. That loose rock and then the loose kind of desert sand. It was sketchy. Nearly soiled my shorts a couple of times. Well, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cruise on home. That does it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. It's a new channel and I've gotten a lot of really great comments from you guys already. It's been really cool. I didn't expect really any kind of response at all, and the fact that people are watching these videos and commenting and liking really just blows me away. And I appreciate it a lot. It really encourages me to make more of these videos, and it makes it a lot of fun for me. I'm LowsidePNW. Thanks a lot. See you on the next video.